A little girl was about to plug a wet power cord into the socket. Her mother, who had been dead for 5 years, rushed forward shouting at the top of her lungs. Fortunately, the girl's stepmother arrived just in time and stopped a tragedy from happening. On the way to school, Anna followed them the whole time, blaming the stepmother for not taking good care of her daughter. But the woman couldn't feel her presence at all and walked straight through her body. The sunlight was too bright for the little girl. Anna tried to cover her eyes with her hand, but the light passed right through her palm. Watching her daughter hide in her stepmother's arms, then looking at her own hands, she felt utterly helpless. Back home, the little girl sat on the sofa watching TV. Anna played with her beside her. During meals, she would sit at the table and quietly watch her husband and daughter. At night, Anna sat next to her daughter. She longed to touch her daughter's face, but she never could. That day was the anniversary of Anna's death. The whole family was heartbroken, tears ready to fall at any moment. But Anna, standing nearby, happily ate the offerings. When she was full, she lay down directly on the floor. Then the father picked up Anna's portrait. Looking at his daughter who had left so early, he couldn't hold back his tears. Her mother said coldly from the side.
그만하고 빨리 치우고 집에 가.
But when the mother went to the bathroom alone, she could no longer hold back. She leaned over the sink and cried bitterly. It turned out the mother was just putting on a brave face, hoping everyone could let go sooner. Just as the mother could not forget her, Anna also cared deeply for her own daughter. She even stayed beside her while she slept. But one thing the little girl did after waking up that day shocked her. The little girl walked sleepily toward Anna, and then actually walked around her. Anna immediately realized her daughter could see her. She froze in shock and collapsed onto the floor. To find out what was going on, Anna rushed to the funeral home and found the god in charge of the local ghosts. After the god explained everything, she learned that it was because she had stayed by her daughter's side for too long, that the girl's spiritual energy had been affected. If nothing was done, she would keep seeing ghosts forever. And since the girl was still very young and couldn't tell ghosts apart from humans, she could be in great danger. Anna was filled with guilt. Meanwhile, the little girl, who knew nothing about this, ran out of the classroom after being lured by a ghost. Soon, the kindergarten teachers noticed she was missing and started searching everywhere. Coincidentally, Anna also arrived at the school at that moment. When she heard her daughter was gone, she rushed into the school immediately and searched every corner of the campus. As she passed the kitchen, she suddenly saw a figure flash by. It was the ghost of a little boy. Looking at the gap in the refrigerator door, Anna suddenly had a bad feeling.
Realized in horror that her daughter was sleeping inside the refrigerator. She tried to carry her out, but as a ghost, she could not touch anything at all. Helpless, she could only shout for help. No matter how loudly she called, no one could sense her presence. Anna rushed back to the refrigerator again, watching her daughter about to freeze to death. She could do nothing to help. At this moment, she felt utterly desperate and helpless. Suddenly, the little girl's feet moved slightly, kicking the refrigerator door open a crack. A kindergarten teacher happened to see it, quickly pulled her out, and rushed her to the hospital. Fortunately, after emergency treatment, the child was fine. Filled with deep guilt, Anna burst into tears. She collapsed to the ground after taking only a few steps. Later, she walked alone onto the street. Heavy snow began to fall from the sky. Watching passersby embracing each other, and thinking of her own situation, she felt extremely lonely. Tears welled up in her eyes. She sat slumped on the ground, complaining about how unfair fate had been to her. She only wanted to stay by her daughter's side and protect her, yet she could do nothing when danger came. She cried aloud, staying on the cold road all night. The next day, the snow continued to fall. Standing on the street, she saw a happy family of 3, her former husband, her own daughter, and a strange stepmother. Her heart was filled with indescribable emotions. As her husband walked past her, their eyes met. Anna seemed to realize something. She watched snowflakes fall gently onto her shoulders, and slowly melt away. Then a pedestrian walked straight through her. Everything felt strangely real. Anna, who had been dead for years, had come back to life. Overjoyed, she ran into the crowd.
대박! 저기요. 저 보이는 거 맞아요? 진짜 보여요? 웬일이니 웬일이야? 잠깐. 눈이 너무 차가워.
After being revived, Anna sat on a bench, enjoying this long-lost feeling of being alive. Soon Mary, who ruled the local ghosts, found her, and told her the truth behind her revival. There was a condition if she wanted to live forever. She must regain everything she had lost within 49 days, including her husband, her parents, and her child. Only by returning to her original place could she truly stay alive. But her husband had already built a new family, living happily together. How could she possibly go back? Anna went to her parents' house first, yet she hesitated before ringing the doorbell. If she failed the task, her parents would have to lose their daughter again after 49 days. Just then, her parents came back from a walk. Anna hid behind a car and watched them from afar. The next day, Anna stood at a spicy hot food stall, eating the taste she had missed for 5 years. She got on a bus and enjoyed the sunlight shining on her face. Then she went to her daughter's kindergarten. This time, she hugged her daughter with her own hands. Tears streamed down her face uncontrollably. Later, Anna took her daughter to the park. For the first time, she pushed her on the swing. As the swing went higher and higher, the little girl accidentally fell to the ground. Anna rushed over, held her tightly, and apologized repeatedly with heartache. Meanwhile, since the child had not come home late, her husband and the stepmother were searching frantically. When the husband arrived at the park, he saw the mother and daughter embracing. He froze completely, unable to believe what he was seeing. Soon Anna saw him too. Their eyes met once more. At this moment, time seemed to stand still. At the sight, Anna quickly set down her daughter and tried to run away. Yet her husband overcame his fear and chased after her.
사람 잘못 보셨어요.
He simply could not believe that his lover who had died years ago had returned. He told his newly married wife to take their daughter home first. The wife clearly sensed that something was wrong with Jack. She asked who the woman taking their daughter away was, but Jack said nothing, handed her the bag, and hurried off. After 4 long years, Jack had finally met Anna again. Meanwhile, Anna felt like she was going crazy. She did not know how to explain to him that she could only live again for 49 days. Nervous, Anna bit the straw out of habit. When Jack saw this, he remembered how she always bit straws when she was anxious. This made him even more certain that the person before him was truly his beloved wife. In the end, Anna came up with a perfect plan. She would pretend to have lost her memory, and say that as a model ghost, she had been rewarded by the gods with a 49-day vacation. Now Jack had no choice but to believe her. After all, nothing could be more absurd than the dead coming back to life. Jack settled Anna in a hotel, and left his credit card for her to use. Before leaving, he warned her repeatedly not to wander around. At a loss, Jack did not know whom to tell about Anna's return. He kept talking to himself. Just as he wondered whether to tell Anna's parents first, he turned around and saw his cousin. Then he whispered secretly that Anna had come back to life. But his cousin thought he had lost his mind. On the other side, Anna's mother entered her late daughter's room. She saw the clock hands had stopped moving. Quickly, she removed the dead batteries and put in new ones. She reset the time gently and placed the clock back. She sat on her daughter's bed, turned on the lamp, and picked up the photo album beside the pillow.
내 딸, 사랑하는 내 딸, 듣고 있지?
The next day, when the mother went grocery shopping, her old knee injury made her cry out in pain. Hiding nearby, Anna watched with teary eyes. Using Jack's card, she bought a box of health supplements for her mother. She left them at the door and glanced inside, but did not enter. Then she bought a meal and delivered it to her best friend's shop. Hiding aside, she watched her friend looking happy, easing the guilt in her heart. After that, she went to the kindergarten, hoping to drive away a ghost lingering near her daughter. It was this little boy's ghost that had almost frozen her daughter to death inside a refrigerator. But the kindergarten teacher suddenly rushed out and asked what she was doing. In the blink of an eye, the ghost slipped back inside again.